full of shit.
Every single person in this room is maybe 1 degree removed from someone who is a black immigrant and someone who at some point in their life had a visa status that was a little wonky. That's what I mean when I'm especially talking about people who are documented black people. Folks.
What? What'd she say? She said everybody in that room is an immigrant or their parents are immigrants. That's what she's saying? There's some black people in that room, black Americans, right?
Folks who have temporary protected status, TPS, folks who may have DACA, all these names and acronyms that are being thrown around. But I think we have to ensure that black immigrants are treated as they are, which is central to democracy and not separate from it. When we have what has been here today, poll taxes, you need to get your passport, all these things that we know the SAVE Act and other things are saying for people to vote. When we have TPS being stripped away, when we have every single Caribbean nation as of January this year being banned from the US in some shape or form, where are people? To see how far can they go with us, who may be a more vulnerable population, to then exact that in the larger population. It's like in and out, because black people in America.
What the hell is going on with the video?
And that when we fight for all. We name what's true, we demand what we need, and we invest in the populations that we say we.
Full of shit.
Yeah, man, that was full of shit, Johnson. Welcome back to the BS Detector. The BS Detector has returned, Johnson. They are stooping to all types of levels to try to bring us into their bullshit, aren't they? Yeah, they're trying to make us be their defenders. Using a lot of black people, black American, like armor in your conversation without it pertaining to anything to do with black Americans. Yeah, everything you said was immigrant related. It had nothing to do with us. And I'm really having a hard time understanding why we should give a damn because, fam, you don't have a right to be in America just because you want to. This is paid promotional content. I've been compensated to discuss this company on this channel. This is not investment advice. If you've been following this channel, you know I've been tracking Saga Metals, trading as SAGMF in the US and SAGA in Canada. Back in January, we covered their massive drill program in Labrador and how they were positioned to answer the US government's billion-dollar push for domestic critical minerals. What they've done in the last 4 weeks has changed the scale of the company. They didn't just hit their targets. They've achieved a 100% drill rate in all 36 drill holes. And the big news is Saga just acquired another titanium asset in the same district as the largest titanium mine in the world. They scooped it from under Rio Tinto, a top 5 global mining company worth over $100 billion. That detail alone adds context around the level of interest surrounding the asset. We gotta look at this for what it really is. U.S. national security imperative. Titanium is now a designated defense metal because you simply can't build F-35 fighter jets, advanced radar, or next-generation naval platforms without it. By funding domestic supply chains, the government is turning a major strategic vulnerability into a North American fortress. The Trump administration just launched Project Vote, a $12 billion critical mineral stockpile plan aimed at breaking foreign dominance and reshaping the mining sector. That's not all. And an additional $30 billion was announced at the Critical Minerals Ministerial to accelerate domestic production and secure strategic supply chains. Saga is positioned exactly where the money, the mandates, and the momentum are flowing. This is more than a resource story. This is geopolitics. The Pentagon is actively funding domestic supply chains for the exact minerals Saga has in the ground. This isn't speculation. And Saga isn't standing still. They're systematically assembling what is shaping up to be a North American titanium district with the potential for one of the largest discoveries the region has ever seen. Saga Metals is a company I'm watching very closely. If you want to learn more about this critical mineral story, check the link in the description. Special thanks to Saga Metals for making today's video possible. Yeah, like dog, what is wrong with these entitled assholes? Fam, you a squatter. Time to go. If you come into someone's home squatting, at some point, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to get rid of you, but they go to court, eventually get you up out of there. That's all that's happening, fam. You don't have a right to be in a country and not be a citizen of the country. Nobody in this country is obligated to open the door for you. This is just dumb, man. What to me is basically like kicking us in the stomachs is the knee-jerk reaction that the immigrants have, that they think we're going to cloud it, we're going to dress it up like it's black liberation. No, them people ain't black. They Nigerian, they Jamaican, they Haitian, they not black. If they was in Haiti, they would be called Haitians. If they were in Jamaica, they'd be called Jamaicans. You trying to make them black so you can get them in. See, this is a Jedi mind trick that they use on us. And some of us are so forgiving and so empathetic. You know, we're so caring about other people. We read about suffering. Some of us haven't suffered enough, or we'd be smarter. Keep it real with you. Some of y'all haven't suffered enough. That's why you're so damn goofy. And some of you don't have any street sense. I don't know where you grew up, but you grew up somewhere where you was not aware of the hustle. Family. These people have a country. They want to come here to make money. That's why like 92% of all asylum claims get rejected, because they're not fleeing oppression.
So here's what the message no one gets across. You can claim asylum in this country. If you go the last 10 years immigration court data, nearly 9 out of 10 people who claim asylum get an order removal because they simply don't qualify for asylum. They're not escaping fear and persecution from the homeland because of race, religion, political affiliation. They're coming here for a better life, and I get that. But that's not asylum. We're enforcing laws, and the great success we're having proves you enforce the law, you can secure the border. You enforce the law, you can make this country safe again. That's what we're doing.
Are there any more military?
See, it's really simple, fam. I know y'all don't like Tom Homan. I know y'all don't like Boss Hogg. I know you don't like him. He's right. You're wrong, he's right. Tom Homan says you can't just come to America because you want to. Because that ain't how it works. You got to come here seeking asylum. If you get approved for asylum, you get to stay. Those are people with various conditions for asylum. You don't meet the criteria. Most people don't meet the criteria. Then they don't obey the return order. And they just stay, and they stay and stay and stay. And they go, forget it. I've been here 8 years. Who cares? Like, it becomes normal. It's like, when I was in my early 20s, had a car that had dead tags, which means you were not supposed to drive that car. I didn't have an option. I drove that car. I drove that car so much for so long with a bad tag on it. Whatever. When they came and towed my car, I was hurt. Now, I knew the car didn't have any right being on the streets. I knew that my license was suspended, and I also knew the car had bad tags, but I was still felt, like a victim. How you gonna take my car? That's my car, damn it. Not your tags, you have no insurance, and your license is debunked. Thanks for the car, sir. But see, that's sort of like what the immigrants are doing. They come here, they're told to leave and don't. Then they overstay, and they just stay. And then one day they get caught, and that's called having a warrant. Now, being a black American, we know us black Americans know a little bit about warrants. If you haven't had one, let me tell you, it's a pain in the ass. I'm a working class black man. I've had everything you've had, sir. I've had everything you've had except jail time. Got lucky. Doesn't mean I never was bad. I just got lucky. The point is this, fam. Getting deported is like having a warrant. But the problem is your warrant is deportation. You don't go to jail. You go to jail until you're deported. You're being held to be deported. A lot of black people have warrants. A lot of people in general have warrants. We are the mass incarcerator. Hundreds of thousands of people have warrants for their arrest who are citizens of the United States. And you know what happens when they get caught? When they're walking their kids to school, when they're taking a lunch break, when they are doing abundance of things, doing whatever, going to the movies with their baby, with their spouse, and they ran a stop sign. They go to jail. But for some reason, when it's immigrants who get caught in that situation, it is a protest. For broke people who get caught in that situation, it's just a Tuesday. Just another shitty Tuesday when your luck ran out. This is the okie doke they run on you. They want you to feel bad about a situation Ninja's been dealing with since we got free. They want you to feel bad about them having to deal with a situation that poor-ass white people have been dealing with too. The poor-ass Latino Americans have been dealing with too. Poor-ass Asians. All of us deal with the same system. Some of us it treats a little worse. But at the end of the day, if you ain't got money, your ass will sit in jail. This is a good segment. It's an important segment. She is full of shit. Here goes my caption, fam. Number one, Black America learned this the hard way. The criminal justice system is a pain in the ass. Next lesson. Tomorrow we work on numbers in the color of the sky for those who don't know it. Other obvious things like the color of grass. Also, stop using black struggle for everyone else, to protect everyone else. Yeah, those are two requirements that black Americans are going to have to demand that you adhere to. Democrats, I don't root for you. I don't root for the Democratic Party not one bit, but I can tell you this, the chances of you winning the midterms are slim to none if you don't follow these rules. Because every time, just like this goofy lady that got up here, this goofy immigrant that got up here and said this insulting shit to black people, every time you do that, it goes viral. Every time it goes viral, a whole new group, a whole fresh group of black Americans become activated. They become aware. They wake up. If you want any chance at all of having a party, you stop doing this shit. Oh, and cut the check. Let's keep going, y'all.
Catch Tim Black live on the most dangerous show in America, Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. Don't miss out on the real. Stay dangerous.